you self-describe often as a trad, or like what makes me laugh, the female trad. An internet lingo parlance. How did you arrive at your opinions? What would you say led you to where you are now?
Or what
spend so much time on the internet.
4chan.
Yeah. I've never really spent much time on 4chan. I went on 4chan just to see what it is, what's up, because it's such a big thing, and on r/poll and all those places. But I have to say, I probably never spent more than a few minutes just kind of like scrolling through, seeing what's up. But this language, these perspectives are kind of permeated every kind of dissident space, because they're really good descriptors of things. I mean, yeah. So people sometimes tell me that, you shouldn't use this language because it degrades you. But I mean, it means something. It's like really charged. It's powerful language, like you said, normies and chads and trad and stuff like that. It's it's not it's not in the dictionary, but it exists for a reason. So. Yeah, I mean, female Chad is essentially just a joke, because a lot of people were calling themselves something Chad. I don't know. And on Twitter, right when I joined, and I was like, yeah, there's no female Chad, so I'm just gonna make this my niche.
Occupy that space.
Exactly. I mean, just elbow my way into the Chad space. Obviously, I don't think there's kind of an equivalent for a female Chad, maybe like a femme fatale or something. But yeah, I'm not that, unfortunately. And trad is an interesting thing. I mean, I've written a bit on this because there's a lot of people who are very religious, or they come from actual traditional communities. So yeah, it's kind of like the natural place to end up, to be kind of traditional if you've grown up traditional. Like I didn't grow up traditionally, and I kind of came to traditionalism or something like that, more from almost kind of like a rationalist perspective, like what lifestyle makes sense. And you try to think yourself into all sorts of lifestyles, and we see a lot of people trying to invent lifestyles for themselves and failing miserably because they're not based in reality. They're not informed by life. And I think a more traditional lifestyle exists for a reason, because it's informed by thousands of years of iterations of people living together, of them procreating, of just doing the human thing. And they also include a lot of things that, are just unknown to you as a single individual. You can't make preparations for your entire lineage, sitting from your couch. But, adopting a more traditional lifestyle, those things are kind of baked in. Why? Because you've survived up to this point. So your ancestors have done a good job. So it's just a heuristic. It's a rule of thumb. I think it's super useful. Obviously, I'm not going to, advocate for, bringing back slavery or something like that. But it's a perspective that people should, I think, honor and keep in mind when they're making big life decisions, especially.
There's a Gustav Mahler quote I love, which is that tradition is not the cult of ashes, but the transmission of fire. And I think that perspective is very lost on particularly millennials, who have been denied any kind of sense that there's wisdom in their tradition and that there's anything worth holding on to.